Welcome to Thrive Again, where you can live again. Today we plunge into the heart of a matter that resonates with us all: trust. We're setting the stage for a riveting debate between two voices: a man who believes in bestowing trust until proven otherwise, and a woman who firmly asserts that trust must be earned. Their perspectives differ, their experiences vary, but their goal is the same: to explore the complex layers of trust in our relationships. Stay tuned as we navigate the fascinating labyrinth of trust. Our first speaker believes that trust should be given freely until proven otherwise. He begins by highlighting the significance of trust in relationships. He believes it's the fabric that holds everything together. For him, trust is like a bridge that connects two individuals, allowing them to traverse the chasms of misunderstanding and miscommunication. He emphasizes that trust fosters an environment of openness and transparency. It's like a beacon of light that guides two people through the often foggy journey of a relationship. It allows us to reveal our true selves without fear of judgment or rejection. He further argues that trust, when given freely, encourages honesty. When we trust, we give the other person the benefit of the doubt. We place faith in their intentions, and in turn, this encourages them to be true to their word. It's a cycle of positivity that reinforces itself. On the other hand, he points out that withholding trust creates an environment of suspicion and doubt. It's like erecting walls around us, preventing genuine connection. He likens it to walking on a path filled with landmines, where every step is filled with fear and apprehension. He asks us to imagine a world where trust has to be earned. It's a world where every action is scrutinized, every word is questioned, and every intention is doubted. Is this the kind of world we want our relationships to exist in? He acknowledges that giving trust freely is a risk. It opens us up to potential pain and disappointment. But isn't it a risk worth taking? After all, isn't vulnerability the essence of all meaningful connections? He urges us to view trust not as a commodity to be earned, but as a gift to be given. A gift that has the power to transform relationships, to bring people closer, and to create a world where love and understanding thrive. So in closing, according to him, trust should be a given, not earned. Our second speaker presents a different viewpoint. She believes that trust is something that should be earned. Now, let's take a step back and ponder. It's true that trust is a beautiful thing. It's a bond, a connection that brings us together. But isn't it also a risk, a leap of faith into the unknown? To trust is to bare your soul, to expose your vulnerabilities. And that, my friends, is not something to be taken lightly. Trust is not a gift that you hand out to every passerby. It is a treasure, a gem that should be earned. It's like a delicate flower that needs time, patience, and care to bloom. You wouldn't throw your pearls to a swine, would you? Then why would you trust someone without them proving their worth? The woman argues that trust is not about blind faith, but about evidence. It's about observing a person's actions and behaviors over time. It's about seeing consistency, reliability, and integrity. It's about watching them handle difficult situations, make tough decisions, and stand by their word. Trust is the reward for proven reliability and integrity. It's not that she's advocating for a world without trust. Rather, she's calling for a world where trust is valued, where it's not given away freely, but earned and cherished. She believes that trust should be built gradually, brick by brick, through consistent actions and behaviors. A person's past actions are often an indicator of their future behaviors. So if someone has been consistently reliable and truthful, they're likely to continue being so. And that's the kind of person you can trust. So let's not rush into trust, but let's build it, earn it, and treasure it. Let's not just give it away, but let's make it a reward for proven reliability and integrity. In her view, trust is a reward for proven reliability and integrity. And with that, let's remember to take our time, to be cautious, and to trust wisely, because trust, once broken, is not easily mended. Now that we've heard both perspectives, it's time for the rebuttal. As we delve deeper into this critical conversation, we find our participants eager to respond to each other's arguments. The man, steadfast in his belief, challenges the woman's perspective. Isn't trust the foundation of any relationship? Shouldn't we extend it freely until proven otherwise? His words echo the fundamental optimism that underlies his viewpoint. But the woman, with a twinkle of cunning in her voice, retorts, "Oh, indeed, trust is the bedrock of relationships. But isn't it naive to hand it out like free candy at a parade? Doesn't it hold more value when it's earned rather than given?" The conversation takes a turn as the man questions her argument further. Doesn't your approach create a barrier? Doesn't it prevent us from fully immersing ourselves in relationships? His tone is full of intrigue, eager to understand her perspective. With her wit as sharp as a tack, the woman counters, "A barrier, you say? I'd rather call it a filter. It helps sift out the unworthy and leaves room for those who truly deserve our trust." As the conversation continues, the woman's argument begins to shine through. Her stance, although cautious, is not about withholding trust, but about discerning who truly deserves it. Despite the man's optimistic outlook, his perspective seems to overlook the complexities of human relationships, the intricacies of trust. And so, the balance begins to tip. The woman's argument, grounded in reality, seems to hold more weight. Her perspective resonates with a certain wisdom, a wisdom born from experience. It's clear that trust, like respect, is not a given, but something to be earned. Both speakers have put forward compelling arguments, but who has the upper hand? It seems the woman's cautious yet discerning approach to trust has triumphed. And with that, we find ourselves one step closer to understanding the multifaceted nature of trust. As we approach the end of our debate, it's time to see who has the upper hand. We've journeyed through the perspectives of both our participants, each presenting their unique view on the topic of trust. Our gentleman believes in an open-hearted approach, suggesting that we should offer trust freely until an issue arises that warrants its withdrawal. He argues that this approach allows for deeper, more immediate connections. It's a perspective rooted in optimism, a belief in the innate goodness of people. But then we have Our Lady, who sees trust as a precious commodity, something that needs to be earned rather than freely given. She emphasizes the need for discernment and caution, arguing that trust, when misplaced, can lead to heartbreak and disappointment. Both perspectives have their merits, but as our debate winds down, it becomes clear that the woman's approach resonates more. Her stance on trust, though seemingly more guarded, is also more realistic. It acknowledges the complexities of human nature, the fact that not everyone we meet will be deserving of our trust. She isn't advocating for cynicism or suspicion, but rather a careful consideration of who we choose to trust. It's about understanding that trust isn't something to be handed out like candy. It's a valuable asset, one that should be bestowed upon those who've proven themselves worthy. Her argument is further bolstered by the fact that trust, once broken, can be incredibly difficult to rebuild. By being selective about who we trust, we safeguard ourselves against unnecessary hurt and betrayal. It's a preventative measure, a way of ensuring that the trust we do give out is respected and valued. The woman's victory in this debate serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of earning trust. It's a lesson we can all take to heart. It's not about building walls or shutting people out, but rather about making informed decisions about who we let into our lives and how much of ourselves we're willing to share. In conclusion, trust is not a one-size-fits-all concept. It's complex and multifaceted, and how we choose to navigate it is deeply personal. However, the idea that trust should be earned rather than given freely provides a solid foundation upon which to build our relationships. As we wind up this debate, let's remember that trust is not just about believing in others, but also about believing in ourselves and our ability to make good choices. It's about learning from our mistakes, growing from our experiences, and striving to be better, wiser individuals. Trusting others can be a difficult task, but with careful consideration of what you share and your actions, you can trust again with caution and thrive again.